This Axial single 50-inch LED light bar mount with accessory brackets is for those of you that have a 2007 to 2018 JK that's looking for a very affordable bracket to allow you to bolt on not just a 50-inch LED light bar, but also a couple of A-pillar lights. This is going to be a very simple 1 out of 3 wrenches to get the mount bolted up to the Jeep, but of course there's going to be some wiring involved in getting whatever lights you're installing on this installed, and that will step up the install difficulty. But again, today we're just talking about the bracket, 1 out of 3 wrenches, and I'm going to show you how to do it in just a second. So there are going to be quite a few different brackets out there that will allow you to mount a 50-inch light bar above the windshield without needing to drill. This is just going to be one of many options out there. Now the fact that this says single 50-inch LED light bar right in the title means that there are some that will allow you to mount not 1 but 2 50-inch light bars up top here. 1 is pretty traditional, 2 a little over the top if you ask me. This is also going to give you these accessory mounts down toward the bottom, so you can also mount a smaller cube down here. So you have a ton of light that you can add right around that windshield of your Jeep. Again, there are going to be some other choices out there, and the differences, honestly, they're fairly minor. There might be a few differences in the design here where this has a few relief cuts. Some of the other ones might have some other cuts, some other gusseting, a few other changes here and there, but overall the function is going to be very, very similar, so it's really down to what you like the look of and the function of on your Jeep. This one is going to be a pretty well-built piece. It's nice thick steel, comes with a black powder coat finish on it. One thing I will note about this light bar bracket in particular is that it doesn't leave a ton of room between the bracket itself and the A-pillar of the Jeep or the windshield frame. So if you do plan to run your wiring for your 50-inch light bar down behind this, it is going to be a little tight with this particular design. Some of the other ones are going to give you a little bit more room there. However, otherwise, this is going to work just fine for you, and it's going to be one of the less expensive options on the market. This one coming in right around that $50 mark, which, if you ask me, it doesn't make too much sense to pay 2 to 3 times that just for a bracket. Again, this is going to get the job done just fine. So as I said before, easy 1 out of 3 wrench bolt-on installation. Let me show you how to do it. For this installation, we needed a T40 Torx bit, a 3/8 extension, and our 3/8 impact driver. So this is going to be a very simple 1 out of 3 wrench bolt-on installation. The first step is going to get our padding here, which has an adhesive back, installed onto our light bar mount. So just set the light bar mount down for just a second. You have all of your bolt holes that are punched right in your padding, so we can go ahead and punch those out and just toss those away. We're not going to need those. And then we can also get our backing peeled off of our padding here. As we peel that off, we'll have our adhesive exposed. Grab our light bar bracket again, and then we want to line up all of the bolt holes with the backing over top of the bolt holes in the bracket. Make sure it's tucked down nice and tight in that corner there, just like that, and then give it a push, make sure it seats down completely. Now we can set this aside until we remove the factory screws from the windshield cover, then we'll pick this back up and get it bolted up. So there are a total of 6 screws on this windshield hinge cover. We're gonna remove 5 of them, 2 from the front and the top 3 on the side. So we have our T40 Torx on our impact, and we're gonna buzz those out. Now, because we didn't remove all 6 bolts from the windshield hinge cover, we don't have to worry about the cover falling off and getting dinged up. This last screw is holding it in place, which is pretty nice. Now we can go ahead and get this bolted into place. So we'll hold it up roughly where it's going to go, right about there, and then we can grab our bolts with our plastic washers on them and get a couple of them started in by hand. Once all of the bolts are started by hand, we can go back and tighten them down. Once all 5 of the bolts are tightened, you can move to the other side and repeat the process. So if you're looking for an affordable bracket that's going to allow you to mount not only a 50-inch LED light bar above the windshield, but also have a spot for some A-pillar lights, I would definitely recommend taking a look at this choice from Axial, and you can find it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.